Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's mod, we're going to be doing something that I wanted to do for a very long time. I decided to go with Lil B's fabrication Tacoma PreRunner bumper. I just got it back from powder coating from Advanced Solution Powder Coating out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Lil B's did a really good job on these wells. The powder coating is amazing, as always. The shipping weight came in at about 200 pounds, but that's with the crate too, so I'll be interested to see how much shag that it's gonna put on the Tacoma. Previously, I've been running the Victory 4x4 Blitz bumper with the mid-level hoop. I really like this bumper. It has done me well over the years. It has been through a lot of ups and downs, but it has always got me out of sticky situations. But now it's just time to move on and change the look of the truck. So we're gonna get into this install video. Lil B's does a really good job at providing instructions on their website. I'll link down to those instructions inside the description section. And let's see how long it takes and what we gotta do to put this bumper on. If you research how you install this online, some people do not remove the grille or the air dams. The instruction says to remove the grille and the air dams, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Try to follow it as close as I can and see what the results are gonna be like. So to remove the grille, as always, it's two 10mm bolts. And then we're gonna remove the air dams, which are on the side here. Also, there's two clips on each end here. My clip on this end is already blown out. Let's see if I have a clip removal tool for this side. Oh, didn't need it, just pulled it straight out. For that it. And that's your grill. I'm not gonna remove my grill completely because my front camera is still hooked up to the grill. On the dam pieces, there's a clip right there. And then also it is connected right there, but I have a screw in mine. And I think that's the only places where it's connected. Yeah, it's connected back there, but it's not sturdy on mine, so. Let's go ahead and get these air dams out the way. Go ahead and take out the fog lights. So since I have some aftermarket lights on here already, my fog lights are zip tied to this bumper here. We're gonna remove those, and we're gonna remove these clips right there, just to make sure we don't cut them, and then move on from there. Then we're gonna repeat on the other side. On to the other side, do the same thing. Now that is done, we come to the part that everyone dreads. But once you do it a couple times, it's not too bad. There's a couple methods that people use to cut their bumpers. Some people just tape it up, then get a level and shoot it, and then draw the line that they want to cut. Some people put the painter tape on the bottom and then cut over top of that tape. And some people put it on top and then cut below that tape to protect the panel that's going to be left on. For me, since this is all Rhino coated, I'm really not worried about this being left on so much. So what I'm going to do is follow the body line here, or for right about there, and then come all the way across here. So with that being said, I'm gonna cut above the tape, using that as a straight line. Then after looking at the pictures and the instructions, I'm gonna come right below the bolt on the fender. Step back, take a look at it. This side's a little bit high. All right, that looked good to me. So from there, is just start at the end here and just follow the top right along there. Slowly but surely. No need to rush, and just cut it out. This is just a little Chicago electric power tool. All right, onto the driver's side. All right, we lined it up and matched it on the other side. So we're gonna try to do the same cut we did on the other side. Side's a little bit better. You know, always improving. All right. On to the next step. Now for the next part, we're gonna be taking off the old bumper. There's one 14mm, 1, 2, then there's a third one on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and take out this bottom here too. I don't know what this one is from Victory 4x4, but we're gonna figure that one out, and then we're gonna rinse and repeat and do that on the other side. All right. So we're on day 2 of the bumper install. I had to cut it short a little bit last night because I had to uninstall the Victory 4x4 bumper. There were some things that I had to undo that I forgot that I did whenever I first put it on a couple of years ago. But let me show you what kind of held up the process. So if you're doing this from a stock Tacoma, you have your aluminum crossbar here. Then there's some black plastic cones that stick out here. So since I already had the aftermarket bumper, I don't have those pieces. But with the Victory 4x4, you have to take these brackets here, and they make like a it's 3 brackets that push this whole assembly back. And then also where it connects in there, you have to push that back also. So I just finished completely uninstalling that bumper, and now we're about to move on to the test fit of the new bumper. So there are probably better ways to put this bumper on, especially if you have somebody with you. What I'm gonna end up doing is just what I'm gonna try to do. Just pick it up by the hoops, try to line it up with those 6 pins right there. If that doesn't work, we're just gonna move on to the jack method. And if that doesn't work, I might have to call Jason. But it seems like it's already not high up enough. It's already rubbing. So what I'm gonna do is bring it down even a little bit. Go back to the drawing board with the recut and see where we're at. So we're gonna redo the cut. What I'm thinking now with that fitment, I'm probably gonna bring it up to follow the body line right under there, all the way around here, and see if that'll be a good fit. I'm gonna do the same tape method that I used before and just see how that turns out. All right, let's get to it. One of the interesting things about this Rhino liner is it's pretty thick. I think that's the standard, and it just gets super thick here. We're gonna, well, you can see it. The line there and all that Rhino lining over top of that. That's pretty cool. But all right, we're gonna cut the other side and then do another fitness test. All right, we're on there, so that's always a good thing. We're just gonna start some of those 14s and see where we need to cut again. So I think I might have trimmed a little too much, but that's all right. You still need room for it to flex. I'm gonna cut this piece off here, but it is kind of low. I'm fine with that. As long as it's low on both sides, I'm fine with that. Yep. I care too much about it being even, but yep. Should have just came a little bit further down here, through there, and that would have been good. So here's another good reason to buy this front bumper. The winch is mounted feet facing out instead of the feet facing down. I feel like whenever you're pulling, especially a truck this heavy, having your feet forward will pull the bumper more evenly, which means it is pulling the frame more evenly, versus if it's sitting with the feet facing down, it has a tendency to like pull up and probably stress some of the bolts on the back. This isn't scientific or anything, but it's just what I've been thinking about in my point of view. So we're gonna mount up the winch. If you haven't done that before, it's pretty easy. For me, I have a Badlands Apex. I already took off the control module and mounted it onto the vehicle. Lil B's has a mounting location for your winch control box in this corner here, but the winch control box is too big to mount into this corner from my understanding. So I'm just gonna keep it where I have it mounted at now. I haven't had a problem with that location. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the feet first on this one. So for the Apex winch, Lil B provide these stainless steel nuts here. And for winches, you just slide them in here and that holds them in place. This would be 4 of them total. And then we're gonna do winch, bumper, then mounting plate. That's it. All right, let's get to it. So quick lessons learned while installing the Fairlead here is that these bolts go right in there and turn. So there's no need to put the bolts in like the back of it like we're used to doing. If you just keep on turning it, it'll stop to a point and it won't come off. So that's that in. I'm gonna finish tighten this one in, and then I'm gonna use a hand tool to tighten it down. Now, since that's done and everything is mounted as it should be, I already centered the bumper. I'm gonna start tightening down the 3 bolts on each end. I'm gonna start with the top, then go to the bottom, and go to the sides. I'm gonna do it slowly but surely, just to make sure that it maintains its level. I'm gonna use a 10-inch extension, of course the swivel head, and a 14. I'm gonna start them all by hand, because you don't want to strip them. Next, we're gonna take these support brackets. For me, this is my passenger side, this is my driver's side. We're just doing the corners going to the outside. We're gonna mount them on the brackets back there, like this, and then we're gonna mount it to the frame itself. So the way that I'm gonna assemble it is, I'm gonna take the small bolt here. I'm gonna do bolt, washer, plate, the mounting plate to the bumper, and then a washer and a nylon nut. Then on the back side, I want to be extra sturdy on the backside. I'm gonna do bigger bolt, big washer through there, plate, body of the truck itself, another washer, and then a nylon nut. So those brackets that I mentioned before are now secured. What I'm gonna do now is go in through the bottom here and then secure this bottom portion to the frame itself. Now that that's done, what we're gonna end up doing next is taking the bottom skid plate here, putting it there, and then just making sure that everything is screwed down as it should be. I believe that these bolts are a 3/16. And that's pretty much it for the install for the Lil B's bumper. So far, this thing is sturdy. It's taking the whole truck. The only thing left to do is just put back on the grill. And we're gonna put on lights here next. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all that other cool stuff. And we'll see you next time.